I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. There was anything but unanimous support for the plan, but after more than 90 minutes of verbal give and take last night, the Tuxedo Town Board voted 3-2 to get behind the application proposal from Genting Americas to build Sterling Forest Resort, a casino complex that, if selected by the state, would go up on 238 acres. It's currently home to the Tuxedo Ridge Ski Center and the Renaissance Fair. Supporters and opponents of the casino proposal were among the 200 or so in the audience at Baker High School, and some of them made their voices heard.
This is happening in our backyard. We don't want it. Please stand behind us, your neighbors, and vote no.
If this should come to be, if we get a break in our taxes, let's be very careful how we spend the new money. Don't just get really happy and buy all this stuff that we don't need at this point. Give it back to the taxpayers.
And when the vote came to support the project, that produced mixed reaction.
Second. All in favor?
Who's all in favor? What more are we working with here? Who are you? That's all I'm asking.
If the Tuxedo application is selected, officials with Genting Americas say they'll foot the bill for a new interchange off the thruway for easier access to the casino. Meantime, Tuxedo Town Supervisor Mike Rust said the project won't move forward if it's determined that issues like traffic and the local environment prove to be undesirable or unworkable. No deal. That today from accused killer Julian Hilliard of Walden, who rejected a plea deal in Orange County Court in his manslaughter case. Instead, Hilliard asked for a new lawyer. Hilliard had been offered 15 years in prison in exchange for his guilty plea in the death of Jean Lamini of Bridgeport, Connecticut last November outside an apartment in Walden. Police say the men fought with knives and that Lamini bled to death when a stab wound severed an artery in his leg. Sentencing is set for July 25th for Brandon Devoe, the 28-year-old Town of Plattekill man who pleaded guilty to raping an elderly woman after breaking into her home late last year. Devoe was arrested November 14th, 4 days after breaking into the Modena home of the 80-year-old woman. He admitted that once inside he sexually assaulted her. Devoe pled guilty to the charge of first-degree rape. His trial had been scheduled to begin June 2nd. Police had said physical evidence at the scene, including palm prints found on a window, linked Devoe to the attack. The latest chapter in Orange County's Valley View story will be written in the courtroom, as attorneys on both sides of the nursing home transfer issue have filed court papers in the battle over whether Valley View should be privatized. Goshen attorney Michael Sussman has sued in behalf of a group of Valley View residents and employees, claiming the county legislature's 12-9 vote last month to transfer control should be ruled invalid because, according to the suit, the resolution required a 2/3 majority vote. County attorneys say a simple majority was all that was needed. County plans to seek offers from private nursing home operators this week. Ox Orchard in Warwick, one of the Hudson Valley farm stops on Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney's tour today to tout the benefits to be found in the recently passed federal farm bill. Maloney says area farmers need to take advantage of the provisions of the bill that include enhanced support for the growing of specialty crops, crop insurance reform, and advanced research and development. As for unfinished business,
we have to talk about immigration. We have to make sure that our farmers can get the workers they need without doing endless amounts of paperwork and going through all this bureaucratic nonsense. You know, they don't have some compliance department. It's mom and dad sitting at the kitchen table filling out forms. Our H-2A program is the one that most needs to be fixed. People ought to be able to get temporary workers for a longer period of time. There ought to be less paperwork.
Maloney says the farm bill also expands support for beginning farmers and should make it easier for local farmers to get their produce into the hands of more consumers. And a section of Jersey Avenue became Jersey Raceway for a little while last evening in Port Jervis, where kids who will be racing in the annual Soapbox Derby next month got the chance to put in a few practice runs prior to Derby Day. The Port Jervis Soapbox Derby is the largest local derby in the country. And this year, about 150 kids in their homemade cars will be racing in 4 different divisions. And the Port Jervis Soapbox Derby is really a blast from the past. It's a bit of local history that's been recently enjoying a revival.
Happened many years ago, right up until like 1957, 1958, and we brought it back again 15 years ago. So this is the 15th annual. We bring the Derby to town, and everybody's involved, from food vendors, craft vendors, kids activities, lots of stuff to do. We mess up traffic so everybody knows that we're in town.
The Port Jervis Soapbox Derby Day is Sunday, June 8th on Sussex Street downtown. And last evening's practice was the perfect chance for young drivers to get some good advice. And for some, the practice runs were proving to be a big help. Our weather will be dominated by clouds and the threat of rain for the next 48 hours. Tomorrow will be cloudy with a chance of a passing shower, and it'll be a bit cooler Wednesday with the highs in the upper 60s. Thursday will be cloudy with a chance of rain, and temperatures will top out at or near 80 degrees. Well, stay informed by starting your day with the Times-Herald Record, and stay connected to breaking news throughout the day right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.